Hi guys, I'm doing this on behalf of Suhas Patil, my hostel mate who was, I think I was asked to come here because I'm part of the 25th Silver Jubilee reunion team. So on behalf of the Silver Jubilee reunion team, I'd just like to say thanks for everything. You guys have really put together a lot of effort, and just want to extend my appreciation. And a special thanks to all the mess workers as well. A lot of them are still around after, over 25 years. So it's very heartening to see them, and we appreciate, all the hard work that they've done for us. So thank you all.
Two of the mess workers came a bit late. I would like to call them for the checks. Mr. A.S. Borade. Mr. T. Sasidharan. I would request Mahavir sir to sing one more song for us.
First I will whistle. Let's see the voice comes out of my mouth. This is the tune, so I'll speak the same with words. Sa na 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 ta na 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 na. So I would request who are present to speak out the same thing. Can I request? Are you ready? Okay. So I'll repeat again the same thing, and then you have to speak. Sa na 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 ta na 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 na. Now the next line. Sa na 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 na. This is a song from Sri 420 Raj Kapoor in my own way. दिल का हाल सुने दिल वाला, अजी दिल का हाल सुने दिल वाला, सीधी सी बात न मिर्च मसाला, कह के रहेगा कहने वाला, दिल का हाल सुने दिल वाला. सा ना ना तन ना 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 ना, सा ना 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 ना. हाय करूं क्या सूरत ऐसी, गांठ के पूरे चोर के जैसी, हो हाय करूं क्या सूरत ऐसी, गांठ के पूरे चोर के जैसी, चलता फिरता जान के एक दिन, आंख बिन देखे पहचान के एक दिन, बांध के ले गया पुलिस वाला. सा ना ना तन ना 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 ना, सा ना 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 ना. बूढ़े दरोगा ने चश्मे से देखा, ऊपर से देखा नीचे से देखा, ओ बूढ़े दरोगा ने चश्मे से देखा, ऊपर से देखा नीचे से देखा, बोले ये क्या कर डाला घोटाला, हाँ ये क्या कर डाला घोटाला, ये तो है थानेदार का साला। साना न ना तन ना ना न ना ना, साना न ना 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 ना। ओ सुन लो मगर ये किसी से न कहना, तिनके कले के सहारा न बहना। ओ सुन लो मगर ये किसी से न कहना, तिनके कले के सहारा न बहना। बिन मौसम मलहार न गाना, आधी रात को मत चिल्लाना, वरना पकड़ लेगा, वरना पकड़ लेगा। साना न ना तन ना ना न ना ना, साना न ना 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 ना। थैंक यू। ऐसे में बलम मोहे गरवा लगा ले, नैनों में बदरा छाए, मदिरा में डूबी अखियाँ, चंचल हैं दोनों सखियाँ, मदिरा में डूबी, मदिरा में डूबी अखियाँ, चंचल हैं दोनों सखियाँ, जलती रहेंगी तो है पलकों की प्यारी पतियाँ, शर्मा के देंगी तो है मदिरा के प्याले, नैनों में बदरा छाए। प्रेम दीवानी हूँ मैं, सपनों की रानी हूँ मैं, प्रेम दीवानी, प्रेम दीवानी हूँ मैं, सपनों की रानी हूँ मैं, पिछले जन्म से तेरी प्रेम कहानी हूँ मैं, आ इस जन्म में भी तू अपना बना ले, नैनों में बदरा छाए, बिजली सी चमके हाय, ऐसे में बलम मोहे गरवा लगा ले, नैनों में बद। थैंक यू।
Can somebody come over to the stage and discuss, or tell us about their experiences when they were in the hostel? Come on.
I used to stay in Wing 6, first floor, and I used to stay in different rooms, 169, 170, then maybe 173. So all my 5.5 years, because I did my BTech, and then soon after I did my MTech. So I was staying all around in the same wing. I remember I used to play cricket on this ground where you are standing right now. It was a dual purpose ground, and we used to play cricket in the evening, and then at late night we used to have floodlights, and then you could play football. So that's what I remember. And we had one gentleman from that time, Vivek Joshi, who was just taking his family around in this hostel. And once we had got him out on the first ball, and that's what we had told him, that we'll have a bet that we'll make him out on the first ball. And he still remembers that. So that's something that I really remember about this place a lot now when he's here. Okay. There are some other incidences that we had. We used to have a lot of activities from the mountaineering club, and Hostel 5 was one of the, the bastion of mountaineering club. We used to have rope tied across the wings and used to do a river crossing right across the two wings. We could do a climbing on the rappelling on this floor. I don't know, what's happening now, but that we used to do. We used to have sessions the whole day going around at that time. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Manoj. Mahavir, if you would like to share some experiences of your time.
In fact, I would have been called a troubleshooter. Any student who had any difficulty mentally, physically, or family-wise, or money-wise, he would come to me from all different hostels, and I would give them solace. Okay? So that was it. And nothing much, but only one incident I remember is probably during my 4th year final summer. I was the only guy who had a car, which was parked just outside the hostel, that circle thing, there. So it so happened in one of the winter day in this room. My room was the one that our friend Vivek had, that is the first room. And here two guys were playing just like fun, and one of them got injured seriously in the stomach. And it was just because my car was there and we could take to the hospital within 2 minutes that he could probably, let's say, save his life. That's, thank you.
So Manju, if you would like to come on.
Well, I was a little more of a sportsman, but unlike many of you, you got to balance your marks or your grades versus participation in extracurricular stuff. And maybe I leaned a little more toward the extracurricular stuff. But my message to you is, occasionally you get a grade that's lower than your expectation. Don't worry about it at all. In the long run, you'll look back and you'll be glad at what you did. And, your experiences that you gain here are invaluable. It's great stuff. So as part of my sports activities, I was the captain of the cricket team for the hostel. I was the sports secretary and also represented IIT. So, IIT Bombay and IIT Madras were arch rivals. They were the team to beat, and we did beat them actually. This was in what's that? They still are the ones to beat. Yeah. So they're tough competitors. And IIT Bombay being considered an independent school, we also got to participate in inter-university. So, we played universities. We traveled to Udaipur, and it was a lot of fun. And so, of course, you all get stressed out, at times when you have exams and stuff. So after exams, we had many opportunities to vent some steam. I know a lot of those have been restricted now, so I feel for you guys. You got to find out maybe other avenues to blow off some steam. So it goes with the territory, I guess. Other than that, any special experiences? I used to live in that wing up there. As soon as you enter, I was in room 261. So unfortunately, that's locked. I don't know who lives up there, but the guy next to 261, 262, was there when I stopped by, so I had a good chat with him a couple nights ago. Besides that, I noticed you still have a dog. I wonder what its name is. We were very creative with the name of the dog that we had when we were there from 80 to 85. And can anyone guess the name? It was dog. So, I know Shashi and some others can probably tell us what happened to dog. Of course, probably didn't live much longer than our existence here in IIT. Besides that, not much. Our batch, by the way, was the largest graduating class. So the class of 85 was the last 5-year batch, and it was also the first 4-year batch. So, we affectionately call the 4-year people diploma holders, and they had an affectionate name for us as well. So,
What was that name? What was that name?
What's that?
What was that name?
Oh, I quickly forgot it, so, well, I hope you guys have a good evening. I see that they're organizing some dinner over there, and thanks. I know some of you, you stayed behind here during the break and were involved in organizing this, so do appreciate your taking the time to do this. That's it. Thanks.
Thanks a lot. And now, Akash.
Well, thanks for the organizing of this event, and I have several interesting events, but in experiences to share. I was actually the canteen secretary, the maintenance counselor at that time, and during those times, 2 guys, because of ragging, had got rusticated, and I tried my level best to even talk to the boys' parents and went to their houses and pleaded and all that stuff. Nothing worked. So eventually that happened, but I was proud to say that when today the hostel is in excellent shape. I see back in '93, it was in really bad shape, and one of the things I am very proud is that when I was the canteen secretary and the main co, I kept all my election promises. A lot of times it used to happen that people will have all these things and then nothing happened. So all the tube lights used to function, all the geysers used to work when I was that 1-year thing, and I also got the best office bearer at that time. I don't know. There used to be a board somewhere with all the BOVs written. I don't know where is that gone? I don't know if it's still there. But some years back I saw that it was there and the names were up there. So incidences-wise, again, we also had a dog during our time, but interestingly it was a puppy, and nobody knows where it came from. So we all decided to give this name Lucky. And this Lucky, everyone would try to pamper him. Everybody would go and touch him, right? And imagine 300 people touching him every day in the morning, afternoon. The guy got frustrated. The dog got frustrated. Even got basically trying to bite everybody. He won't like people touching him. So eventually, he was growing up, of course, and getting more and more aggressive. Harder to maintain. So somebody took some petrol and sprinkled it on his back. So usko thandi hua tha, it got cold. He couldn't figure out what was happening, right? As he ran, so he started running. As he ran faster, it would evaporate more, right? So he ran even faster. And then eventually, I think that was a good lesson. He never came back after that, So that was an interesting one. And we used to, of course, have gali fights and all that stuff, which I hear is no longer there. And we would walk on the back of these things to, when we used to go into somebody's room to do some kida during times, and all those things we used to have. And in this ground, I think in our fresher night, we used to have a football match in Andis, I think, in this area. And we will fill it up with water, and it will be all mud. And that was the last day of the official ragging baiting over. That day it will be all over, and everybody is pals with everybody. No more senior, junior funda after that. So those were like the graduation, kind of a graduation thing for a freshie to go in and do things like that. So anyways, interesting times. So yeah, I'm from the UK wing. I was in 204, and then I moved to 209. So I was from that wing. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks a lot. So guys, let's move over to the TT room for some TT. And for those who say they don't know